Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hi, my name is Dhisa. I'm from 8B. Today, in this video, I will edit talks. The human voice is the instrument we all play. It's the most powerful sound in the world. It's the only one that can start a war or say, "Sarang here, I love you." And yet, many people has that experience that when they speak, people won't listen to them. And why is that? How can we speak powerfully to make change in the world? So, what I did was suggest there are a number of habits. The habits that we need to move away from, and the habits that push people away from listening to us. I call this the 7 deadly sins of speaking. Okay, seven deadly sins of speaking. Sorry. Okay, first is gossip. Gossip is speaking ill of somebody who's not present. Not a nice habit, and we know perfectly well the person gossiping 5 minutes later will be gossiping about us too. Second is judge. We know people who are like this in conversation, and it's very hard to listen to to somebody if you know that you're get judged and found wanting at the same time. Third is negativity. Negativity is always focused on the bad of things. Contents negativity turns people. And then the fourth or the third, I forget. The third or fourth is company. Is spreading happiness by blaming everything. Blaming everything. Yes. The weather, the politics our life itself, complaining thousands of problems. It spreads misery. And the fourth is excuse, refusing to take responsibility, always shifting to blame to others. Shifting the blame to others. Yep. And then the sixth, exaggeration, stretching the truth until people can't trust you anymore. And then, of course, this exaggeration becomes lying, and we don't want to listen to people we know it's lying to us. And finally, the last is dogmatism. The conversations of facts with opinions. When those two things get conflicted, you're listening to why. Someone is bombarding you with their opinions as if they were true. It's difficult to listen to that. And difficult to listen to that. And so here there are 7 deadly sins of speaking. 7 deadly sins of speaking. These are things we need to avoid them. But is there a positive way? Is there a positive way to think about this? Yes, there is. I'd like to suggest there are four really powerful cornerstone foundations that we can stand on if we want our speech be more powerful and to change the world. So, what we need to focus instead, there are four pillars of speaking. Together, they spell hail, not hell, but hail. H-A-L. Yeah, which also means to greet or cheerfully welcome. Sorry, cheerfully welcome. Okay, the first letter is H. Honesty. Be truthful and clear. Say what means. Yeah. And the second letter is A. Authenticity. Be yourself. Speak from your heart and stand in your promise. Yeah. And then, sorry, and stand in your truth, not promise. Yeah. First is different letter. So the authenticity, be yourself, speak from your heart, and stand in your truth. Yeah. And then the third is A. Integrity. Do what you say and keep your promise. Yes, promise. People will trust you. And then the last is L. L for love. I don't mean for romantic love. No. But I mean wishing people well for two reasons. First of all is I think absolute honesty may not be what we want. I mean, my goodness, you look ugly this morning. That's not necessary. Necessary. Tempered with love, of course. Honesty is a great thing. But also, if you're really wishing somebody well, it's very hard to judge them at the same time. I'm not even sure you can do two things simultaneously. Yeah. And when we speak, hell is honesty, authenticity, and A for integrity, and L for love. People fill in the words. Our words, I mean. I'd like to have a little remix in there, which you know, and just pull a few tools out that you might, sorry. You might like to take away and play with, which will increase power of your speaking, like from register. Speak from your chest to tip and authority. We naturally trust deeper voice because they sound confident. Timbre. This is the tone or quality of your voice. Warm, rich voice are pleasant to hear, and you can improve your with breathing and posture exercise. And then there is prosody, the melody of speech. A voice without variation sounds monotone and boring. Yes, high and low. High and low. Yes, high low. Okay. High and lows, stresses and pauses to keep people engaged. Yep. And then there is pace. Pace thinks the speed of your speech. Speed up when you're excited. When you want to say excited. Slow down to emphasize important points and don't if afraid to pauses. Silence can be powerful. And then pitch is higher and lower tones to show your emotion and intonation. And then the less is volume. This volume is very important. And I will show you the example for volume. I can get really excited by using volume. And sorry about that if I started anybody. Or I can be really pay attention by very quiet. Yeah. Before an important talk, let's warm up your voice. Just like an athlete, warm up before the game. Um, and then try this quick exercise. The first is deep breathe and see. I mean, breathe in and see. Let sick. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it together. Breathe in and then let out a long. Yeah. Breathe in and then let out a long yeah. Okay, I got that's very easy, right? Okay. And then the second is lip song. Now we're going to warm up our voice, our lips. And we're going to say ba 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 ba. Yeah, like that. It's not the ducks, but the exercise like that. Yeah, for lip song we need to say ba 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 ba. Yeah. Sorry if I freak. The third is lip vibration. Make a brrr sound like when you were a kid. Okay, try again. Brrr. Okay, like that. Yeah. The fourth is tongue way exercise. Say la with clear exaggerated movement. Yeah. And then the fifth is roll your R's. We need to say to lose your tongue weight. Okay, try again. Yeah. And then the sixth is we'll say like siren. A siren. It's like the voice from high to low. The V is high and O is low. Yeah, the voice is like siren, but in this video I will not give the example because I'm very shy. Yep. And this exercise make your voice clearer, stronger, and ready to perform. We live in a noisy world where people talk but don't really listen, and where environments are filled with distraction. Yeah. Imagine a world where everyone spoke with honesty and kindness, where people truly listened, and where our space were designed for understanding. That's a world where communication builds trust and connection. A world worth creating. So let's start using our voice with power and purpose. Speak with health, honesty, authenticity, integrity, and less is more. And avoid the habits that push away from. And remember, your voice has the power to change the world. I think that's all from me. Thank you for your guys' attention. Sorry if I have any mistake. Okay, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.